If you are a woman starting your own business or looking to start your own business, or maybe you've already started one and you just need some helpful advice, you will definitely want to check out the Sharks in Heels event that's coming up next week. Joining us now to tell us more is Mishti Deb and Michelle Lamont. This is such a fantastic event, and for someone like me who started my own business, I know that advice, helpful advice, is the best thing. It's always what I'm looking for, and this is that kind of event, right?
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons that we're so excited about it and we started it, is because we want women to have some real practical advice, not just sort of the fluffy sort of things you see in the normal women in business workshops of networking, but the truth from a shark, you know, someone that's actually made it and is not afraid to be honest.
So you have, so the way it's set up, you have 3 sharks,
yeah,
right?
We have 3 sharks. I'll be talking about advice about the legal kind of protections that one needs to know about when you start your business, real things you need to know because, you know, when you start a business, business law is going to affect you and govern you, so you should know about it. Michelle is going to be talking about PR, marketing your business, which is really important, because if you can't get your product into the hands of your customers, you know, what good is it? Right. And of course, we're going to have someone talking about financing, because getting the money you need for the legal and the PR is really important, as well as budgeting your own personal finances. When you take that risk of starting your own business, you know, you're not going to make money the first day, so you have to plan for that as well.
Or maybe even the first year, and you really do have
or
3, right? Yeah. Michelle, I know you've started a very successful PR business. You've been doing this for years. This is a great opportunity for you to share that advice with people. What sort of advice do you give to people when they're first starting?
Well, you know, this is my second company that I've started, and both of them have started from ground zero. And I think it's really understanding who it is that you're trying to target. I think that a lot of people waste money and time thinking that they just want to spray everything and hoping something sticks.
Right.
Instead of really creating a core clientele base, which I really think is important. When I sit down with new clients for the first time, whether it's for a product or a service or whatever it might be, the first thing I ask them is, what is your key demographic? And 9 times out of 10, they answer it incorrectly, or they don't really understand the question.
Or they just don't know. So that's a great example of just, you know, one of the topics that people are going to learn about. Tell us a little bit more.
Sure, like understanding how to actually separate yourself legally from your business. Or how about when you start a business with your best friend? You know, everything is really great to begin with. Your business becomes successful and you grow apart. You never had that discussion up front about what's your exit strategy? What are you going to do if somebody gets married or, you know, is in a car accident and suddenly your business partner isn't there? Or,
you know, I'm so glad you brought this up, because this does happen a lot, where I know women, girlfriends who've started businesses together, and it takes off, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're 50-50, but it causes problems. So important to get the paperwork in place, even if you think someone's going to be offended.
Absolutely, and even if you're on good terms, you know, life happens, things change, you know, someone might get married, divorced, and suddenly you're in a partnership with someone's ex-husband.
Right.
You know, because part of your business was part of that divorce, because the legal documentation wasn't put into place to protect you from that. So those are the kinds of things that you need to plan for up front before you really start doing too much PR and finance. So
now, how is the event set up? Will I be able to, as a business owner, will I be able to come to the 3 sharks individually with my business and say, here it is, I need some advice?
Well, we're going to give each a little bit a talk about what we think are the most common mistakes, what we think are great resources out there for women that they're not taking advantage of, and then we're going to have Q&A and hang out afterwards so people can get, you know, the most out of it, because
and get some real one-on-one time with.
We really want to help those future sharkettes that are out there, you know.
I love this. Sharks in heels. We all put our heels up here.
Yeah.
You said, what did you say, Michelle?
I said that, you know, women walk around with their fins on their feet. So these are our heels, our shark's fins are on our feet. Yeah, so as little sharkettes, we have our little fins on our feet, and those are swimming through the dangerous waters of entrepreneurship. And so really on Thursday the 26th, women are invited just to bring their lunch, and we're going to be providing the drinks and the desserts, and it's from 11:30 to 12:30 at University of Texas Dallas College of Law on Main Street in downtown Dallas. And the first forum is just really to establish what the basics are for entrepreneurs, and then the next forum is going to be more of a shark situation where you can come and present products or present ideas, and then we would each say, okay, Mishti might say, this is the legal point that I see where you might have some issues. And I might
Right.
come in and say, you know, the PR on this is really going in the wrong direction. Here's the direction I would do, or here's something creative. And then from the financial aspect, because on Shark Tank, one thing that's really awesome is that they provide all this capital for
Yeah.
people, but you lose part of your business. And last year, $32 billion was done in female entrepreneur business just in DFW alone. And the finance, there's so much financial resources out there that you don't have to give away a single % if you don't want to.
Yes, and that kind of advice is expensive advice.
Yes.
So to be able to get it free somewhere is priceless. Okay, you can check out the Sharks and Heels event next Thursday, the 26th, from 11:30 to 12:30 at the UNT Dallas College of Law. For more details, just email events@lamontpr.com. What is black and white and cute all over? Our next guest, that's who. We're back with more broadcast right after this.